All right, so today we're gonna be talking about current favorites. My last raves and rejects I did was in, literally just looked it up and already forgot. It was in March, so it's been a couple months. I've got a lot of stuff here: makeup, lifestyle, perfume, some clothes. We've got a good spread. So I hope you guys enjoy while you're watching. If you do, you can give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. By the way, random side note here, my parents are gonna be coming for my birthday just in a few days here when you guys are seeing this video. And I wanted to film something with them, probably like put it in a vlog or something, because you guys always ask to see videos with my parents. So if you have anything specific you think I should film with them, or just questions, and we can do like a Q&A in a vlog or something, put those down below. So I was actually out of town for 2 weeks. You guys didn't see any of that on YouTube because I pre-filmed and had everything ready to go up. So you still have videos, but I was gone in my life. But because those videos were pre-filmed, a lot of the stuff I'm mentioning I've actually been trying out for about a month and a half, maybe even 2 months now, even if you just more recently saw it in a video. So anyways, first product. I am so happy to have discovered this SPF. I've been testing so many different SPFs recently because I do want to make a whole video on my favorite ones. And this one by Bliss, Block Star Invisible Daily Screen. This is Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30. This is one of the most unique SPFs I've ever tried. I'm almost fully out of this. I probably have like 2 or 3 days left of this, but I reached for this pretty much every single day when I was gone. I was in Oregon and then in Hawaii, which I did a TikTok on it, but you guys, I fully had some tears coming out when we landed out of happiness, because that was the first like plane flight trip I've done since COVID, like most of us, but it just was like euphoric. I just miss traveling so much. That's one of my favorite things to do in life, and it was just incredible. Very grateful to have gone. So this SPF I was able to fully test in sun, heat in Hawaii, and also in the water. I'm getting excited. I need to talk about the basics here. This is tinted, but I find that I can wear this on my skin fair or when I have self tanner on. I think the tint blends out to be like pretty invisible, but the really unique thing about this SPF is that when you blend it out, it gives this super crazy like blur kind of veil. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on my hand, but it gives your skin the craziest, just like soft, semi-blurred finish. It is wild. I don't have any other SPFs that are like this. It has kind of like an herbal botanical scent, but I just feel like on days where we were just going to the beach, going to the pool, I wasn't wearing any makeup, this gave me like a little bit of a blur and almost looked like I had a tinted moisturizer on, but I didn't. I just had sunscreen on. And what I also loved is that this is crazy waterproof. And what I mean by that is this definitely stays on in water. When you go to remove it, like after having it on all day in the shower, you definitely have to use an oil-based product, like either a cleansing balm or an oil cleanser, to fully get this off, because it will just stay on in the water, which is great. That's what you want your SPFs to do. But I am 100% going to be repurchasing this. You can get this for $19.99 at Target. Makeup also applies really well over top of this. It doesn't have a serum like kind of feel like the Glossier Invisible Shield. This is definitely more of a cream, but it doesn't feel greasy, doesn't feel sunscreeny. If anything, it dries down a little bit like soft matte. So I showed some of these products as I was getting ready today, so I'm going to insert some clips of this guy, but this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Soft Blurring Primer. I've been hardcore testing the blurring primers for an upcoming video, and this one surprised me. I first tried this in my glow up routine video. Again, I filmed that over a month ago now, but I'll link that in the eye down below if you did miss that video. I went through like my self tanning routine, did dip nails, did a full makeup look. But since then, I've been wanting to reach for this primer pretty much every time I do my makeup. This is also a very unique product. I will say, out of all the blurring primers I have, it's not my absolute most blurring. Like, I wouldn't use this just on the pore area. This is more of an all over face kind of soft, it is what it says, soft blurring primers, but does have an interesting formula where you put it on and it's almost like a glowy kind of lotion, a little bit serum like when you first put it on, but then as it dries down, again, it creates this like soft kind of veil over your face, and it does mattify a little bit. So I think this one would be good for oily and normal skin types. If you have super dry skin, I don't think you would love this one. And I like that this one kind of smooths out my skin, gives that soft veil, but also I do think helps make my makeup stay on a bit longer. Now it's getting blue skies, but still raining. I'm having to adjust the lighting every 2 seconds on this video, so hopefully it looks okay. Again, actually I tried this in the glow up routine video, but again, been using it for over a month now. I'm not gonna say that every single time, but this is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I have the shades Oat, and then I also purchased the shade Birch in the mini size. Oat is my self tanner shade, is what I have on right now. And then Birch is a little bit too light when I don't have self tanner on. So I've just been like mixing these because I'm not gonna purchase the third shade at this point. But this one surprised me because I remember trying this like a couple years ago whenever it first came out, and I liked the coverage, but back then I wasn't obsessed with it. But now I feel like it's working amazing for my under eyes, and I love this because it gives me full coverage, but I need a very small amount and I don't have to set this with powder. That's like what I look for in a concealer these days, because I don't know what happened in this past year, but powder just hasn't been working under my eyes, and my concealer looks just a lot better when I don't have to set it with powder. So this one stays on, gives me coverage. I still get like, you know, minor creasing. I get that either way, no matter what I do with whatever products, it's just my under eyes. But this, out of all the concealers I have right now, is definitely looking the best, is even looking better than my NARS Radiant Cream Concealer, which is like my holy grail. This one's been looking better than that. All right, let's take a little makeup pause and talk about my favorite current perfume, which is the Ralph by Ralph Lauren. This is getting empty. It's about halfway down, and I actually like rediscovered this one in my collection because I was just looking at some of my perfumes that I've had in there for a while and kind of re-sniffing them. And this one I just felt like smelled very fresh and summery, and it's not what I usually reach for. It still has that like sexiness kind of factor to it, but you can actually get this very marked down on fragrance.com, and I want to say thank you to fragrance.com for sponsoring a portion of today's video. I've worked with them a few times now. I purchased from their site before I started working from them, and they're basically a site that has thousands of authentic perfumes that are marked down up to 80% of the retail value. They are authentic perfumes. They're able to do that because they don't have a physical brick and mortar location, and I've purchased a lot of perfumes on there now. I actually didn't spray any perfume on yet today, so let's just go and spray some Ralph. Picture just sitting outside on the water, sun's out, eating some good food, wearing this perfume. One of my other favorites is the Moschino Fresh Couture. Yeah, you know, we've talked about this bottle before, but every time I can't. Don't judge this by the bottle because it smells incredible. It reminds me of my favorite Escada Into the Blue perfume that I used to wear like in high school that was discontinued. Another one of my favorites right now is the Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. This one is more of like a nighttime kind of scent to me. It's very musky, also very sexy. But I did decide to pick up another perfume from them off fragrance.com, which is Viktor & Rolf Bon Bon. I think I got this because of a video Kathleen Lights did. This one is very sweet. This one alone, for my preference, is a little bit too on the sweet side, but I really like mixing this one with scents that are a little bit heavier and muskier, and adds like a really nice kind of balance. So I'm gonna have fragrance.com linked down below if you guys wanna check them out, but they're also giving you a 30% off discount on top of the already marked down discounted perfume. So if you use the code TaylorWynn, you can get 30% off from now until July. Can my hair just stay with some volume, please? Thank you. All right, next up I have a new favorite from a Korean makeup brand. This is the Naming Cream Blushes. This is the shade Tolerant, and then the more violet one is Jumpy. I heard about these from Dana Ann. I'll link her channel down below. She actually recommended a different shade in one of her videos, but it was totally sold out on YesStyle. So I just picked up 2 other shades, but I have been loving these if applied with a brush. My favorite brush to apply any cream products, bronzer, blush, everything is the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. It's just like a very small kabuki brush, and it's nice and dense. So I've been loving this to blend these out. I don't like these applied with my fingers. I feel like it kind of lifts up what's underneath, but applied with a brush, these are so beautiful. And this shade might be kind of off-putting to some people because it looks pretty purple, but on my skin tone, it actually just gives like a really nice kind of baby doll pink color. I don't like using this one as much on its own. I more like using it to kind of add over top of other blushes or mix these two shades, but I do really like Tolerant on its own as well. But these are very easy to build up and blend out, and I also love the finish of them. They do have a bit of a glow, so if you're looking for a matte cream blush, this isn't it. I've been all about cream products for a long time now. Okay, this one definitely shocked me. Anytime I try a loose powder, there's like a 99.2% chance that it's just gonna be a total fail on my skin. My skin and loose powders don't mix. Usually they look terrible. I was pleasantly surprised by this Tatcha, the silk powder. The thing I friggin' love about this loose powder is that it does have a satin finish. Like, it has a bit of a glow and it blurs. So it gives like a soft blurred finish, but it doesn't mattify my skin, which I absolutely love because it's very difficult to find powders like that. I love using this around my pores on my nose because it really does soften and blur out, but it doesn't totally mattify. And I usually like to have a pretty dewy face overall. So sometimes if I'm trying to like mattify one area, it just looks weird because it's like matte and then super dewy. This powder just looks beautiful because it still has that satin finish and then it kind of goes into the cheek glow, if you know what I mean. I actually can use this powder on my forehead as well. Such a pretty finish. So happy I discovered this. By the way, I did try this for my under eyes. I don't like it on my under eyes, but that's just, it's me, okay? It's not you, it's me. And compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, which I also have been testing, and I do really like this one too. I don't like this one underneath my eyes. It does darken under my eyes, which I was bummed about because I know a lot of people like this one for their under eyes. But for other parts of my face, this one is super blurring. I would say this one is like a notch more in the blurring department than the Tatcha, but this one has a matte finish. Definitely more of a matte finish than the Tatcha Silk Powder. So I think it kind of depends if you're going for like ultra blurred, I guess go with this one. But if you want still blurred but with a dewier kind of finish, I would say go with the Tatcha one. On my trip, I wanted to bring some kind of glowy body product. I don't like something that has like an oily consistency where it's gonna transfer off. I don't want it to be overly sparkly. I just have a lot of criteria with my like body glowy products. So anyways, before we left, I tested a bunch of them on my body, like in different parts, to see which one I wanted to bring on the trip. And it was between this and the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's called like Supermodel something, dumb name. That one's very pretty, but this one is from the drugstore and it does virtually the same thing. This one for me beat out like Patrick Ta, beat out a lot of the high-end ones I have. I have a Loving Tan one. There are other ones that I like, but for the price and just obviously how it looks on the skin, I really love the L'Oreal Beach Bay Face and Body Luminizer. So I have it on my arms right now. The sun's behind me right now, so it's not totally hitting it, but I showed you guys applying this. It almost gives this like softening kind of effect to the skin. It's not too glittery and it just gives the perfect amount of glow. I put this on my legs in Hawaii, on my arms, on my chest. You can put it everywhere and it's not uncomfortable. Like, it just dries down. It's not transferring all over the place. If you just want like a glow and you don't want to spend a ton of money to achieve it, definitely check out Beach Bay. Next up, I have a $1 AOA. This is from Shop Miss A Glow Baby Liquid Highlighter. So the shade that I'm recommending is Afterglow. I picked up 3 shades out of these and my favorite one is Afterglow. I'm wearing it right now. It has this really unique, super silky kind of formula where it spreads a lot. So you need the smallest amount of this. Just tap it on with your finger. I like using my fingers over a brush with this. It's like icy champagne, but still has a little bit of pink in there. For $1, I think it's totally worth checking out. As far as eyeshadows, I've been really digging either 1 or 2 color eyeshadow looks. And for that, the L'Oreal Paris 306 Matte. Such a beautiful eyeshadow formula. These are super soft, very buttery feeling. If you've never tried the Color Riche single shadows, you're missing out. The shade 207, if you're into cool toned colors, this is so beautiful, very pigmented, metallic, super soft. Eyeshadow that I have on right now, I picked up solely because of the reviews on Sephora. This was getting really good reviews. This is the Kaja Moon Crystal, and this is in the shade Luminary, but I have on my eyes right now. Today I put on a Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick as the base and then I put this on over top, then I just put a little bit of like a warm brown shadow into the crease. I think they totally nailed the formula of this as far as liquid eyeshadow, because you have enough time to blend it out, but then it completely dries down. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't crease. It turns into basically just a powder eyeshadow, but it keeps the insane reflect. I like to apply this with a finger or brush. If you go in with your finger and then go in with a little bit more on a brush to just go right over top, it takes it to the next level. I actually have another Shop Miss A product here. This one is also $1. I talked about this, I think, in a couple videos last couple months, but this is the strawberry flavor. But basically this is a lip mask, super comparable to me to the Laneige. I actually like this one a little bit more than the Laneige, and it's $1. Has a really similar kind of feel, and it gives you that same kind of plump, really soft look on your lips. And the shade Strawberry, I don't love the scent. I don't love like fruity candy kind of scents, but this color out of all of them, I have a few different ones. This color gives like a really pretty, very subtle hint of pink, but I do feel like this moisturizes my lips really well. I wear it during the day if I'm just like hanging out at home or overnight. This is a very SPF heavy video because was just out in the sun a lot, but this is the Shiseido Ultimate Sun Protector Lotion SPF 50. And I actually worked with them on a video with this product, I think about a year ago now, and I friggin' love this SPF, especially for my body. This I wore in Hawaii because it's reef safe, but also the glow that this gives you and the scent. One of the mornings I like walked out to where everyone was sitting, and my boyfriend's sister was like, what spray, like what perfume did you just put on? And it was this sunscreen. It smells very good. It has a little bit of that like tropical kind of scent, but this is also very waterproof, and it gives your skin a super pretty glow. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel like a gross sunscreen. Like normally with body sunscreens, I prefer a spray just because it's so much easier. But this one, it just melts right on your skin. I was actually reaching for this one over the spray, and I'm almost out of this. I think I'm like down to here right now. I'm just gonna knock out this other SPF here as well. So this is a Japanese sunscreen. You can get this on YesStyle, and this is very affordable. It's SPF 50, and it is one of the best serum-like SPFs I've found. It is completely clear when you blend it in, and it just has a really nice glowy finish, but this one does sink in, dry down more than the Glossier Invisible Shield. I also really love that one, but for the price, I think you could definitely go with this one instead of the Glossier Invisible Shield if you want that kind of serum-like SPF that doesn't feel like a sunscreen at all. This one got really good reviews on YesStyle, which is why I picked it up. But just for a daily, really comfortable SPF, I've been really liking this as well. Right, and then last makeup product is the COSRX Tinted Face Oil. This completely shocked me. I never picked this up. I'd always heard good things about it. Never picked it up because I was just picturing it being like the Ilia skin tint, which I really don't like, doesn't work for me. I actually have been retrying the Ilia skin tint because I wanted to see if I could make it work, and it just does not look good on my skin. This product is totally different, and I like it 5 billion times more. This is a favorite. So when I don't have self-tanner on, the shade 02 is pretty good for me, but I can also wear it when I'm like on day 5 of self-tanner, you know, where there's like a little bit left over. It is exactly what it says, a tinted face oil. So it's an oil. I don't know how this would work on oily skin. I'm guessing probably not great. Surprisingly, this lasts very well on my skin. I actually wore this the day I got my hair done, and I think I was vlogging that day. I don't know which video is gonna be going up first. Usually after I get my hair done, especially like dyed, your face looks like a hot mess. Usually your foundation, just because they're like rubbing all up in there and washing your hair and everything. And my face still looked really good. This just really sits nicely on top of my skin. I can customize the coverage because they are drops, and if you use a decent amount, you can actually I get like high medium coverage out of this if I use a decent amount. But if I want it more sheer, I can just do a couple drops instead of more. And it doesn't dry down. Like, it definitely has more of a slippery feel than like MAC Face and Body or something like that, but it stays on my face. So as long as it stays on my face, I'm good. Next up we have Glossier Brow Flick. I'm not gonna go too in depth about this because I've talked about it in so many videos recently, but this one totally grew on me. I recently did a Glossier full brand review and trying everything on. So if you want to know my thoughts on a crap ton of Glossier products, you can watch that video. I will link in the eye down below. Wearing it right now. I've been wearing this pretty much every single day for the last I wanna say like 2 to 3 months. I love it. It's great. I don't think it's as long lasting as the Urban Decay Brow Blade, but I love the color. I love how I can get fine strokes with this. I haven't been wanting to reach for my Urban Decay Brow Blade, so I feel like that says something. If you're in the market for a brow pen, I do really like this one. This is a Korean product. I think the brand is BB. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna link all these down below, but this is in the shade New York Rich 06. But basically this is a liquid eyeshadow, but it has a very small brush, so you can almost use it as like an eyeliner if you wanted, but I like using it for the inner corner because of that. I have it on right now. It just adds a really pretty champagne pop to your inner corner and your lower lash line. And I like that this brush is so small because you can get down right here. But you can also use this all over. Like you can just apply more of it and put it all over the lid, and it's beautiful. It has more of a reflect than the Kaja. It's definitely super metallic. It's also really pretty just for layering over other stuff. Next up, I have a couple items from American Eagle. I love American Eagle. It's one of my favorite stores. I feel like they can kind of be overlooked sometimes, but they have some really good fitting stuff and just good materials. And I purchased these biker shorts that I have on right now. 9 out of 10 biker shorts I end up having to return because if you're short, length that most biker shorts come in are way too long and it just makes you look like weird proportioned. These ones are the perfect length where they're not like short shorts, but they're not too long. But the material on these and the sheen is so cool. These look great with like Nike Air Force Ones and a baggy shirt. They're not too tight, they just fit really well. I'll put my size that I purchased it in down below. But the other thing that I really love about these is the band. They have this diagonal band, so it's just super flattering on your stomach and like hip area. And I liked how these looked so much that I purchased their swim bottoms that have the same kind of crisscross thing going on. I think they also make long yoga pants in these, so might get those too, who knows, might get wild. But these swim bottoms are also like a shocker to me that I ended up really liking these because most high-waisted bottoms just don't look flattering on me. These ones are definitely high-rise, but because of the cut, again, they have this crisscross in the front. I'm not gonna try these on, but you get the idea. These are super flattering and they have just the right amount of coverage in the bum. They have the really nice, like thick kind of ribbed material, super good quality. Love the crisscross, very flattering. If you're someone who wants high-waisted stuff, but it doesn't usually look cute on you, try these ones out. All right, and then my last favorite is the old Air Force Ones. So these Nike size 5s usually do fit me. No, I wasn't sure how these were gonna look on me and if I was gonna like these, but I've been wearing them almost every day. And the reason is because they're so friggin' versatile. You can wear these with shorts, jeans, leggings, literally anything, and they look good. Also, the chunky sole makes your legs look super long. So if you're short and you've been on the fence, I say go for it because they do something really flattering for your legs. It's almost like when you're wearing high heels. I wore these pretty much every day during those 2 weeks. I got some self-tanner on the inside here that I need to somehow get off. Mine aren't looking their absolute best, but super cute, very comfortable. Okay, feel like that was a long one. How long was this video? We'll find out, but hope you guys enjoyed and found some things you maybe want to check out. I'll have the link for fragrance.com down below along with the 30% off code, which is just Taylor Wynn, good now through July. Get some discounted perfumes, but I'm gonna have everything I talked about linked down below in the description box. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.